existence.
Hold on a second. This is not just the Frisco Bowl. This is the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl.
You betcha.
Scooters
Damn
Coffee?
it. Yes.
Who's even heard of that?
Not me.
How can they afford to sponsor a bowl game if I've never heard of them?
I got like $5 in my pocket.
That's
I
a
think
good
I can
question.
sponsor a bowl game.
Welcome back to the Unrestricted, folks. Vex and Wally and Bob.
Richie's coming back.
Richie's coming back at the beginning of the year, yeah.
God, that's been a terrible herpes outbreak. Huh? Jeez.
That's not why he's not here.
Well, that's not it.
No, it's not. It's, life. We got a lot to talk about. My God, the Cowboys are a huge disappointment. But the good news is so are the Eagles. The Spurs had a little bit of an uptick and then
Back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Texans got it done, won their jerseys back. And your Jets are, God bless, they're terrible. But
They're a
your
mess.
49ers are awesome. I'll give you that, Bob.
It was a good game.
Yeah, you guys are rolling. You're the best team in the league. There's no question about it.
I'm a little worried right now because the Talking Heads and ESPN were calling the NFC Conference Championships the San Francisco Invitational.
Yeah, it's a
pretty much it.
coronation.
Please no. Please stop.
By the way, River City Refuels is a vending machine company for your business. Pardon me for butting in this morning. It's tailored to you and your employees' taste. What is River City Refuels? That's what it is. It's a vending machine for your business. So they come in, they put the vending machine in there. That's it. End of business. All you got to do now is just enjoy it. Products that you like, not Marlboro Lights and a 100-year-old package of Wrigley's gum. It's not like that anymore. They got good stuff in there, like ramen noodles, if you like ramen noodles. Freshly's donuts, if you like Freshly's donuts. That's what I'm talking about. It's your taste, your likes, your employees' taste and likes. It's all cashless. It's so simple. River City Refuel stocks the whole thing for you. You don't have to do anything. All you do is just enjoy it. Office buildings, apartment complexes, hotels, anything. It's perfect for your business, and listen, it's going to boost your employees' morale. It has here. 210-630-5973. 630-5973. River City Refuels. Call them today. It's a vending machine for your business.
Thanks, Walt.
Thank you, Jeff.
We've had a little bit of disappointment lately if you're a Cowboys fan. That was an ass kicking. It was an old-fashioned, take-you-round-back ass-whooping. Mm-hmm. The only good thing that came out of this week in the NFL for the Cowboys was that Philadelphia followed up by falling flat on their face last night on Monday Night Football in Seattle.
How do you let Pete Carroll and his team go down the field there in the last drive of the game and beat you? Unbelievable.
They made a lot of mistakes last night, did the Eagles? Yeah. I mean, I don't think Seattle's that dangerous. I don't know if you're watching the regular telecast or the Manning telecast, but on the Manning cast, they had Mina Kimes.
I love Mina Kimes.
She's great, and she's a huge Seattle Seahawks fan, and she knows her team extremely well and was just saying over and over again, I'm not sure what the Eagles are doing. You don't have to do all this to beat our team. We're not that good, Why are you throwing the ball 40 yards downfield? You can just chip away at our defense and go 50 yards and have a 7-minute long drive at the beginning of the fourth quarter and put us away. And instead, the Eagles, kind of threw one up for grabs. I mean, Jalen Hurts doesn't look like the MVP candidate from a year ago.
Earlier this season.
Yeah.
No, and let's slow down a little bit on the Eagles are dead. The Eagles are dead. This 3-game stretch, if you looked at this 3-game stretch preseason, you go, this is 1-2. This is maybe 2-1 if we're lucky, and possibly badly it's 0-3. The 49ers at Lincoln Field in a comeback game, the Cowboys on the road, and then the Seahawks on the road. Those are 3 tough games in a vacuum. Now, the Seahawks aren't as good as possibly thought they may have been, but I still think they're sneaky good. I think the NFC West is still a pretty good division.
It's always hard to win
good
in
division.
Seattle. Always.
So you look at that. Then you look at the Cowboys. Did you really expect as a Cowboys fan to go into Buffalo and win that game?
I did not bet against them. I'm sorry to say.
No, but that's based on what we've seen out of them so far, and they've been a bad road team, and that's who they are. But I think last night and what happened to the Cowboys just really highlights the fact that both of these teams have flaws. All of the teams, maybe with the exception of San Francisco, they all have major flaws, and they're going to have issues whether they go on the road or during the postseason. But I think last night showed you that this is a coin flip in the NFC East. It could be the Cowboys that win it. It could be the Eagles that win it. Who knows what's going to happen here in these next 3 games? You got the Eagles home for the Giants, home for Arizona, and at the Giants.
That's
Dallas.
too easy.
Yes. Dallas at Miami, home for Detroit, and at Washington. So Dallas, as we talked about last week, has a disadvantage here. Their schedule is a little bit more difficult. But you got to find a way here, because the winner of the NFC East will clearly have an easier path into the Super Bowl if that's where you want to go. And for the Cowboys, I mean, that's a must for them, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, losing on the road
anyway.
this bad, coaching, consistently losing on the road. The Cowboys cannot win on the road. Everyone's been saying that. Even going into the playoffs, the Cowboys need to play a game at home, because if they play a playoff game on the road, they're going to lose. They're going to lose on the road. They're going to lose on the road. This is coaching. At the end of this season, Jerry Jones needs to clean house.
There's no way he's had too successful a season.
I
Mike
agree.
McCarthy's been too good.
So what is it? So let's get. So Dallas has 4. All of their 4 losses are on the road. We would all bet against them on the road, correct?
Yes.
If, in
First
the
round?
playoffs, you mean?
Yeah, first round. You bet against them?
Probably.
Absolutely. But right now, I'm convinced that they are not going to win the Super Bowl. I can't see them winning 3 straight, no matter where the games are. I got to think they're going to screw up at some point. So, are you picking the Cowboys, or are you picking the Eagles to ultimately win the NFC East, Jeff?
Well, that's the real question, is who's in bigger trouble, Philadelphia or Dallas, right?
Okay. All right.
And I think it's definitely Dallas.
Definitely Dallas.
Philadelphia has a chance to get right, as you mentioned, their schedule. They get the
Yep.
Giants twice and
Yeah.
Arizona once. That's just a little too easy. They can turn things around very quickly.
And
I
all they
think-
need to do is make a payment to the Don, and it's over.
Yeah, right. But the Cowboys, on the other hand, I think they got exposed a little bit. And I've been wondering all season what would happen when they came across a team that could run the football. Apparently not much. 266 yards on the ground for the Bills.
They're soft.
It's not a run-stopping defense. That's not what they're built
They're not
for.
tough. They're not physical, and they got bullied against the Bills. They just got pushed around, and you run into one of those teams, you're going to lose. That's why they lose to San Francisco all the time.
Oddly enough, Philadelphia had the same problem last night against Seattle. They really
Absolutely.
couldn't stop the run either. And unfortunately, the road goes through San Francisco.
I agree.
You gotta stop Christian McCaffrey and that offensive line. It doesn't look good for getting to the Super Bowl. You just got to get to that game though. And
Sure. And you're good. Listen, if McCarthy and the gang get to the Super Bowl, that's fine. Everybody have no problem with that. They'll bring them all back. They lose the first round in playoffs, they're all out of there.
But if they get to the NFC Championship, they're good. I mean, if you make it to San Francisco, I think you're good, right? Yeah.
I would think.
Winning
I can be
playoff games
convinced.
is hard.
I can be convinced that will happen. But look at it this way. All right, better chance of winning it all. We all agree San Francisco should be the favorites?
Definitely.
Okay.
Bob, you good? All right. But here's the other teams. Philadelphia. Who's the other team? If San Francisco wasn't there, who would be your second choice? Philly in the NFC?
It would still be Philly.
I'd still be Philly.
After
not
the
the
last
Cowboys.
2 days, it's still Philly.
All right. In the AFC,
But
Baltimore.
no, I'm going to disagree a little bit.
All right.
If the Lions, this is kind of also a situation of are they at home or not? If the Lions are at home, I'll take the Lions over Philly, because I think the Lions can boat race anyone at their home.
If Lions are home.
Yep.
Yeah, again, it goes back to having road difficulties. You have flaws. AFC, Baltimore, Miami, Kansas City. 3 favorites in the AFC. Who you got?
Baltimore, although they lost Mitchell, their running back, to an ACL in Sunday's game and that Sunday night's game, and that's bad. That kid was really electric for them.
I'll take Miami because I would like Kansas City, but Kansas City's had the problems all year that he started with. They don't have any receivers. They're banking on Kadarius Toney, who has shown to everybody in this country that he's a complete jackass.
Well, he doesn't know where the line of scrimmage is.
My God, how stupid! And then to stick with it and double down on it is just asinine.
And
dude, you can clearly see you were offsides, and then you go blame it on the officials. You got to be kidding me! That's just asinine.
And the Ravens are going through San Francisco this week, and the Dolphins are going to have the Cowboys at home. So, I mean, again, this is another home field versus on the road thing.
That's a good point.
Do the Dolphins end up with the number 1 seed over the Ravens? It's between those two because it's not going to be the Chiefs.
No, it's not going to be the Chiefs. You're right.
I see Miami coming out of the AFC.
Well, the Cowboys are in big trouble. They got to travel to Miami, and Miami can really run the football. Achane and Mostert. That's a dangerous backfield.
Raheem.
And I think Tyreek Hill is back this week.
Yeah. I mean, they rested him last week and still won.
Won by a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Settle down.
Well, your Jets are a mess.
All right, listen, before we get to the Texans, let's get to the Jets, because this is fascinating. And who the hell wants to hear about New York sports? It's not about New York sports. This is just fascinating. It should be to anybody. Aaron Rodgers already declared he wants to play. Okay? He's not medically cleared to play, but he's cleared to practice. Saleh, the head coach of the Jets, already said that if Zach Wilson, who's in concussion protocol, doesn't clear by the weekend, then it's Trevor Siemian that will play quarterback. So there's intrigue there. That's fascinating in itself. The fans, the media in New York, they all want the Jets to fire their head coach and the general manager and the OC. But all of them are all tied to Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
So here's the thing. I mean, if you're, you have to be realistic about this. What do you think the Jets should do in this situation? Do they allow Rodgers to kind of run things a little bit, or do the Jets fire, clean house, and move on and go get themselves another quarterback? Because obviously now they're in a situation now where they can get one of these big quarterbacks in the draft. What do you do for a franchise that hasn't won shit in forever? You think the Jets are currently the franchise in American sports that have been out of the postseason the longest.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
Oh,
yes.
my God, that's embarrassing.
It is very embarrassing.
But you almost have to give Aaron Rodgers and his guys one more year. That's what you brought Aaron Rodgers in.
His guys have been awful. Every single one of them. Lazard has been terrible. Oh, hell, I can't think of the other wide receiver they brought in from the Green Bay Packers. They're all of them as a collective group. They've all been terrible. The offensive coordinator has been awful. He apparently loves Saleh, so that's why Saleh's probably going to stay. They're probably going to give this another shot, but there's tons of people that want them to clean house completely. I don't give a crap what Aaron Rodgers wants. Get rid of Saleh, get rid of the OC, and move on.
Do you
I
realize
think they have to run with Aaron Rodgers. Just, financially with what they've laid down for this dude.
They got to go one more year and build with a quarterback behind Aaron Rodgers in the draft.
Yeah, so then pick because here's the problem: the Jets cannot use their first-round pick and draft a quarterback.
Why not?
Because you got the offensive line is so freaking horrible. They have got to have somebody to protect Aaron Rodgers. Otherwise, in 4 snaps, he'll be down next season. That's what's fascinating about this. What do the Jets do? Do they draft a quarterback, or do they do what they should do, and that's draft an offensive lineman with their first pick?
Do you know why Robert Saleh can't coach?
He's soft.
He's got 7 fucking kids.
Does he really?
He has 7 fucking kids. No wonder he can't coach.
What does he think he is, in the NBA?
He's got no time. He's got no time. I got 2. I'm going dizzy trying to keep up with them.
I want if you gave me a choice, just as a coach, I want to have a coach that reflects the city of New York. I want somebody, and listen, we know the football teams don't play in New York. Yes, we all get it, but they are New York teams. Most of the fans are from New York, and they've been, New York teams forever. You've got to get a coach in there that reflects the people of that area, and they're all tough. They're all son of a bitches, and that's what you got to get. You can't have, and player.
Robert Saleh's not that?
No, he's a player.
really?
He's a player's coach. I mean, that's why. And listen, Aaron Rodgers fell in love with him 2 minutes after talking with them. They were all in love. And listen, to Saleh's credit, they play hard for him, but. They don't have their defense is still pretty good, but they don't have any. Their offensive line is so pitiful. But anyway,
It is.
That's where the whole Jet situation is just fascinating to me. As for the Texans, they got a huge win, and this really highlights the Jets how bad they've been. The Houston Texans go out and get a pretty good coach, it appears here.
Yep.
They got a backup quarterback in Case Keenum that won them the game the other day. And also, they made the right choice with their quarterback. 3 things that the Jets all screwed up. They got the wrong coach. They got the wrong quarterback. They got the wrong backup quarterback. Look at all the backup quarterbacks that have played so well in the NFL these last couple of weeks. And the Jets continue to putz around with Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I don't know that they've played so well, but they've played adequate. I mean, we've had winners coming off the bench for...
Bless you.
Excuse me, for teams across the NFL, and
Crazy.
yeah, there's enough of them getting run right now.
It's crazy, but it was just very, the Texans have had moments where they're just so damn impressive, and they were able to suck it up and get it done. And Schultz with the Texans was just an unbelievable acquisition for them. And listen, and the Cowboys would love him, I'm sure, even though their tight end
Fitzgerald's fine.
Has stepped up a lot, but
he's a barometer for the Cowboys. When
Schultz
he plays well, they
tremendous.
win.
Yeah,
and when he doesn't, they don't. Schultz is tremendous. Yeah, I agree.
That's it. That's all I got on the NFL.
No. We have the commandeering of the Oilers uniforms by the Titans, then getting beat by the Texans.
That rubs people the wrong way here, huh?
Well, I mean, did you see Vrabel coming out with
the cowboy hat?
With the cowboy hat.
I did like Bum Phillips.
No.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know, man. To me, that's all owned by Houston, the city of Houston. I don't know why
but it's not.
I realize it's actually technically not.
Yeah.
It's owned by the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, they got it all.
That's insane.
I know.
That's insane. I mean, when the Browns left Cleveland and went back to Baltimore to replace the Colts, who went to Indianapolis,
yes,
they weren't allowed to keep the Browns.
Yeah,
it's all about how you made the deal.
It's an insult to the city of Houston, and thank you, Houston, for beating.
Well, whose fault was it that was allowed?
Bunch of lawyers.
Yeah, blame the lawyers.
Blame the lawyers.
Yep. So the Spurs in the last week finally broke their losing streak. Franchise record, what was it, 18 games?
Yeah, I was at the wrong game. I went to the Wednesday night game.
Which one was that?
Which was a terrific game. The Spurs were down double digits the entire game.
To whom?
Then to the Lakers.
This was that's the first right. Lakers. That's right. That's right.
So, again, the season ticket plan, as a season ticket holder, they invited all of us, or some of us, whoever chose to and whoever was selected. So we were able to go sit in the lower bowl for warm-ups. So we're 3 feet from the court.
That's awesome.
3 rows from the court. Could take pictures and all that kind of stuff.
You and your son?
Yeah. So me and my son were there. Of course, we didn't know at the time that LeBron wasn't playing. And then I think 2 minutes into it, you got the social media post LeBron's not playing. It's like crap. That was the whole idea behind buying the season tickets, so I can have my son say I saw LeBron play live, I saw Steph play live, all that kind of stuff before. Who knows when they retire? So
sure.
I went to the Wednesday night game. It was terrific. Spurs trailed double digits, and then in the fourth quarter, Wemby, as we saw in the Phoenix game, just had a moment where he just took over the freaking game, not only offensively, but defensively on both sides of the basketball. Very, very impressive. I don't know, switches and all that kind of crap. I can't get into all that minutia of basketball. All I can tell you by watching the game is that a lot of times I see when Wemby shoots, he is rushing. And a lot, especially stuff that's close. I think he rushes it. And he shouldn't when he's 7'10", for Christ's sake. Take your time. It's not like somebody's going to come over and block your shot, for crying out loud.
No, at this point, you're right. He gets sped up, and he's still capable of being sped up. The longer he spends in the league, the slower the game will become for him, and I think it'll be better. He has gone through a few games where he has these spurts, 2 to 3 minutes, where Wemby just dominates on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that's what I saw on Wednesday night.
And I think that's what's going to win him Rookie of the Year. It's these kind of viral moments of 2 or 3 minutes where he just takes over the ball game.
And plus the Spurs, this is wacky to say. The Spurs are on national TV. I don't see, is the Oklahoma City Thunder and Chet Holmgren, are they ever on national TV?
No, it doesn't seem like it.
I haven't seen it. Maybe there's been one Chet Holmgren game. Listen, his numbers are just as good as Wemby. So I don't necessarily agree with what you said, but it's hard to tell because you never get a chance to see Chet Holmgren.
Holmgren's on such a better team, and I mean he's got an All-NBA point guard with him. It's easier for him to get his numbers, I would say, than it is for Wemby. I mean, Wemby has to earn everything on isolation stuff, and Chet Holmgren's basically playing off of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, anyway, I think the MVP, Rookie of the Year, is going to come down to these viral moments that Wemby has, where he goes block on one side, dunk on the other, comes back the other way, gets a steal or a rebound, goes back the other way. It's like they're all consecutive. And that's impressive to me that he's able to do it for these stretches.
Yeah, and to see it live the other night was fascinating.
Can I ask a question of the NBA nerds?
No, I'm sorry, we're out of question times.
The one I'm looking at the stats, the team stats. Is this unusual for a young rookie, to be leading a team in both points and rebounds?
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, very unusual.
I mean, does that say more about Wemby or more about the supporting cast, which is
both?
Yeah, it says a lot about both. The supporting cast has been bad. And I was there, by the way, for the wrong game this week. I went on Sunday with my son to go see the Spurs and the Pelicans in a 40-point loss. My God, the Spurs were awful.
Defensively, they're just it's the same story night after night. They can't shoot threes, and they can't defend.
Yeah, it's more than that, too. They also don't take care of the ball.
No, sometimes.
They're not great at rebounding.
Sometimes.
I mean, they have real problems throughout, okay? And I get it. They're the youngest team in the league. They're going to have problems. I never expected this to be a 30-win team. Not for one damn second did I think that they were going to get there.
Yep.
But my God, they're playing the Pelicans and looking like a G League team on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, my son was embarrassed, okay? He's 8. Okay, I got a moral question.
Did he cover his face with his hands and just walk out of the arena?
Yeah, pretty much. No, but this really did happen. He had to cover his ears. So, quick story time. We had a season ticket holder sitting behind us. And she's definitely a season ticket holder because she's saying hello to the ushers and the concessions people. They all know who she is. Even the Spurs hype team dancers said hello to her. Yeah. She's
Beck's obviously not sitting in the cheap seats.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah. You're right. But she is so fucking loud. She's screeching on every shot.
Really?
Yes, miss it! And it's in this horrible
that's
squeal.
annoying as hell.
It was terrible. And my son is hypersensitive to loud noises. So he's holding his ears.
Oh, how uncomfortable.
And looking back at the woman. And I'm in this very uncomfortable position because I want to say to the woman, hey, you're driving my son nuts. But also, it's a Spurs game. You're allowed to scream.
Yeah.
And I've certainly been the loudest guy in the section.
You couldn't get Pop to go on the mic and tell the lady to shut the hell up.
That's what I should have done. So at halftime, I said, you know what, son, let's take a walk around. We'll go up to the Spurs fan zone. So we wound up finding a couple seats up at that kind of standing room only spot.
Gotcha.
Way up at the top of the arena. Yeah. But we had to get away from this crazy woman.
Well, I sit in section 206, I think it is. Okay. 206. So we're upstairs. We have maybe middle of the section, whatever. But I chose the first two seats.
On the aisle.
Yeah, so I could, spread out my legs and stuff like that. The only problem with that is apparently the aisle and the section that we're in is one that needs to get up and down constantly. So it's a fucking parade throughout the whole freaking game that's driving me nuts. And listen, I should have never bought season tickets because they're more expensive than I could. I mean, you could go to the game now for $10 because they suck and nobody wants to go. So there you go.
Get out of the row with the guys from the Sunnyside retirement home. I mean, their bladders are like peanuts.
These aren't old people. This is all young people and people with kids and stuff. They're back and forth. They got the rainbow drinks. Oh my God, I can't take it. Anyway,
the rainbow drinks. Can we talk about that?
No, I don't
Because
care.
I thank God my son, I asked him, I said, do you want anything? Can I get you water, popcorn, anything? No, Dad, I'm fine. Thank God. Because everything in that entire arena.
I applaud your parenting. Good job.
Everything in that entire arena is $17.
Well, you know what? We decided, because the last time we went, the hamburger was $15. So we said, you know what? Let's go to Whataburger. The Whataburger's got to be at least less expensive. It's going to be more expensive than it would be on, South Zarzamora, but it's going to be a little bit cheaper, and it certainly was. So I recommend getting the hamburger at Whataburger.
Thank you for that.
That's all I have. All right.
Okay.
Let's move on to a couple of things here quickly.
Yep.
The Lakers hung their season tourney championship banner last night. And all I could think of is, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Really? The Lakers of all franchises, you're going to hang up an in-season tournament banner?
You got to.
That's
You've
unbelievably stupid.
Why?
You have to, because it's something that's going to stick. It's going to be around for a long time. And
You think
won
the
the first
NBA
one.
made them do that?
Oh, yeah,
I think
absolutely.
the NBA pushed them.
Yeah, I would say so.
Because that's embarrassing for that franchise.
Yeah, you got
Absolutely
George
embarrassing.
Mikan and Wilt Chamberlain right next to the
In season, God almighty.
It's embarrassing now. I think go 5 years down the road, and I don't think it's that embarrassing.
Probably not.
Because nobody will give a rat's ass.
Well, no, we're going to have a sponsor next year. I guarantee you this is going to be like the progressive in-season cup.
River City Refuels.
It could be River City
in-season
Refuels
cup?
in-season
I'm
cup.
good with that. All right.
What else you got for me, Wally?
Texas high school coach allegedly spent $5,000 at a strip club on a district credit card. I thought, you got to be kidding me. What a jackass.
Well,
but my
no,
question is, what's the most you've ever spent at a strip joint?
Not
Bob?
$5,000.
No.
Not 5,000.
So not only did he spend it on a district credit card, he was going to a coaching clinic at
crazy.
the time.
Absolutely crazy.
That is stupid beyond stupid.
Yes, it is. Netflix all of a sudden has become transparent. They listed their top 50, I think it was top 25, but I got the top 15 Netflix shows for the first half of 2023. Stop me if you've seen any of this, because I haven't seen any of them. The Night Agent.
Nope.
Ginny and Georgia.
Nope.
The Glory.
Nope.
Wednesday.
Nope.
Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story.
Wait, Wednesday, that's the Wednesday Addams thing?
Yes.
I think
it is.
My daughter's seen that.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story.
No.
You.
No.
Lorena Del Sur.
Nope.
Outer Banks.
Absolutely not.
Ginny and Georgia season 1.
No.
How about Fubar?
No.
Manifest.
No.
That is the one. I watched Manifest on regular TV. I enjoyed that one. Kaleidoscope.
Nope.
Firefly Lane.
No.
The Mother. Physical. No, okay, that's it. Top 15. All right, that's what I figured. I was like, really? These are the top 15 shows on Netflix.
Really?
Al Michaels will not be in the playoffs after NBC dropped him off of the broadcast team. And I thought that's the right thing to do, because I think
They
Al
dropped
Michaels
him from the broadcast team?
Yeah,
Did I miss
for
this?
the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the right decision. I think. I mean, him and Kirk Herbstreit are god-awful together.
Yeah.
Neither one of them has any energy. And you could tell when you watch Herbstreit or listen to Herbstreit on the whatever football game they're doing, and then you hear Herbstreit on a bowl game, it's a completely different Herbstreit.
Yes,
Much better Herbstreit on the college. He's just more prepared. He sounds more comfortable with Al Michaels in the NFL. It's just god-awful.
Poor Al Michaels. He's comatose and probably past his prime.
Yes, he is.
And
Move
that's
on.
it. Yeah.
But responsible for one of the greatest sound bites in all of sports history.
No
possibly.
doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Before I'll finish with some radio stuff here, but I got a couple more here. UTSA 12-point favorite tonight against Marshall at the Frisco Bowl. My question to you, Jeff Bexler, do you care? Will you watch?
Probably not.
To me, their big bowl game was their game against Tulane that they lost.
Yeah.
To get an opportunity to get into the championship game for the title. That's what it is about this team. I don't care much about. I'm going to be interested to see if they get their first bowl victory of their
Hold
existence.
on a second. This is not just the Frisco Bowl. This is the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl.
You betcha.
Scooters
Damn
Coffee?
it. Yes.
Who's even heard of that?
Not me.
How can they afford to sponsor a bowl game if I've never heard of them?
I got like $5 in my pocket.
That's a
I think
good
I can
question.
sponsor a bowl game.
Back to the Spurs. Their fans. We still, and a lot of other people too, I think, but they're still booing LeBron. I don't get it. I bought season tickets, as I said, so my son could see and say that he saw LeBron play. This is the GOAT, for crying out loud, arguably. Why are you booing him?
I don't know. They really booed LeBron James?
Yeah, I still boo LeBron.
Why?
There's still people that don't like him. I don't understand it. Doesn't make any sense.
Stay classy,
I mean,
San Antonio.
he's never done anything to our organization.
No, but I don't get it.
I mean,
Listen, he still
Kawhi,
gets...
Kawhi Leonard's Kawhi Leonard, but
Yeah.
LeBron James is a whole other ball of wax.
All right, to me, no company's more annoying than Get Spectrum. Oh, not Get Spectrum, but that's their Twitter handle. Spectrum. When you don't pay on time for Spectrum, they call you before 8:30 in the morning. It drives me nuts. It's good by them because it makes me pay, but nevertheless, you get $8.50. I guarantee you, if you don't pay your Spectrum bill on time, you will get an $8.15 call.
Well,
Wow. Crazy.
Information for life, kids. Pay your bills
there
on
you go.
time.
Yeah.
Malik Murphy from Texas, the quarterback, entered the transfer portal this week. He will bypass the bowl game, possibly being a backup quarterback for that. This all goes back to NIL. I hate it. I know the timing is bad for Malik Murphy because there's the cutoff time when you need to get
Transfer
in and get out of
window.
the transfer window. It's awful. It just goes to show you that college football is still a complete mess.
Yeah,
And someday maybe they'll figure it out, but they haven't yet.
Yeah, and I want to pause here because I've been absolutely gobsmacked by the number of players that are sitting out. Not meaningless Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl games,
Sure.
but we have players lining up that are sitting out the CFP games.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
What
crazy,
the
isn't it?
ever living hell?
Well, they have it wrong. They have the transfer window in this option period between the championship game and the bowl games, and it doesn't work. It needs to come afterwards, but of course that presents its own set of
And
problems.
signing day is where the big issue, because a university wants to know, are you committed to this team or not? If not, then we got to make sure that we get a guy here in the draft, so to speak. So it's just that whole timing, the whole calendar needs to be changed and fixed. But
Well, Malik Murphy wants to attend spring practices, right?
yeah.
So he needs to commit early, and unfortunately that means before the bowl game.
and you can't transfer more than once. So that's a the
So-
transfer portal is huge for these universities to get what they need.
So do we see Arch Manning in the semifinal?
Maybe
You
it's
might.
possible.
You might, but what does it signal about Quinn Ewers is the bigger question.
Quinn Ewers is coming back,
Does
so
that mean he's coming back?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, two quick ones. Actually, one more I got on radio. Already told you about the. No, you know what? I haven't mentioned this at all. All right, first one was the Spurs-Lakers game on Wednesday night. I get into my car. It was a fascinating game because of the way it ended. Spurs down double digits, come back, roar back. Wemby was spectacular. They almost won the freaking game. You get into the car. You want to hear some sports talk about the game. You turn on WOAI and nothing. It's not about the people that are doing the post game. It's just how they set it up now.
They don't have Game Night React that I
They
used
did
to
for
host?
They had a couple of minutes of it, and Chris Duell didn't take any calls. It's not his fault or anything like that. It's just the way it's set up now. But there is no place to go in San Antonio for post game for the Spurs. I may change that in the first of the year. I haven't decided yet.
Okay, I look forward to knowing.
Crazy. The other one is this. We have 3 full-time sports radio stations in San Antonio. Obviously, I have Ticket 760. You have 94.1, the ESPN station. And then you have the national ESPN station at 1250. So you have 3 full-time stations. Not one of them was broadcasting the Houston Texans game on Sunday. And so that drives me nuts. So here's a word out to the radio programmers in this town. Stop pretending that you're the Texans radio station, because you're not. If you're not going to broadcast all the games, then stop broadcasting any of them. I'm hoping somebody will step up in town and just grab the broadcasting rights to the Texans and broadcast the freaking games all the time.
CJ Stroud and his future may change that. Somebody's going to want to listen and watch the Texans with that guy being the quarterback.
The problem is these program directors don't have a clue about what the sports world is concerned and what they should be doing. So I don't know how long that's going to take, but I think it'd be smart to get the Texans on a radio station somewhere here full time.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
It'd be great. They're becoming a more interesting team, that's for sure.
I'm with you.
You want to give River City Refuels one more shout out?
Why not? Why not? They're a vending machine for your business. That's all they do. They come to your business, check it out, and they put a vending machine in your business. You could be an office building, you could be an apartment complex, I don't know, a gas station, whatever. Any business that can fit a vending machine, it's perfect because it's tailored to you and your employees' tastes and likes. It doesn't have an old, beech nut gum in there. It's got good, fresh products. You like that one, huh?
Yeah.
I pulled that one right out of my ass. Freshly's Donuts, ramen noodles, Parliament Lights if you're Jeff Exler, any of those things. And it's all cashless, so it's up to date. They do the whole thing for you. They stock the machine so you don't have to do anything. You just enjoy it. It's a vending machine for your business. It's River City Refuels. How do you get it done? Call them. 210-630-5973. Call the Don of River City Refuels. That's his name. 210-630-5973. It's River City Refuels.
Cowboys win this week?
No.
No. I'm
No.
with you. I think it's a big no.
No. The Dolphins are in a boat race. This is one of those games they need to win. So
Eagles win the NFC East.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it comes down to this Sunday, and I don't think it comes the Cowboys' way.
That's a shame.
Thanks for joining us on the Unrestricted, folks.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you.
That's right.
How y'all feel out there? Do you feel good? I said, do you feel good? Come on. The groove feel good when it make you move. Make your next move your best move. I said the groove feel good when it make you move. Make your next move your best move. It feel good, don't it? It feel good. It feel good cause you know it's good. Hey, it feel good, don't it? It feel good. It feel good cause you know it's good.
I've always been a fan of darts.
Okay. Butt darts or just darts?
No, just
lawn
darts.
darts.
No, regular darts. Regular darts.
The pointy metal tips,
All right, well,
or the plastic tips.
No, the real ones. Are we starting the show?
We're already recording.
All right.
All right.
I've always been a fan of the darts. So